You're listening to the I Like That Story podcast, Season 2, Episode 14, Maureen and the Sandwich Board. Today's story brought to you by Evolution Consulting, nationwide image professionals for styling, speaking, and stage. There are certain people I have a heart and passion for, and that is people who have passion and a heart. You might be a person like that. A person who feels a real calling to help others and a gift for doing just that. And if that is you, you should know two things. The first is that passion can be easily seen by others. And the second, well, you should know about Maureen. Maureen was a little girl when she saw her first injustice. She had an older sister with special needs that weren't so much about physical help, more like needs of patience and kindness. And sadly, the teacher at that one-room school lacked both. A year of ridicule and tears, and the older sister was sent home in shame. And so Maureen found out at the age of 5 that her calling was to teach. She started with her older sister, brought home letters and numbers and worksheets and kindness and patience, and she taught her older sister to read, and so decided that she would become a teacher for life. She was so called and so gifted that she taught in an inner-city church school for 5 years, where she was paid in hugs and kisses and nickels and dimes. She went from there to teach at another private school, especially for special needs students. She was there about 10 years, hard because the principal and the other teachers were cruel. They teased her about her hair. You see, she'd lost her hair, if I remember right, to scarlet fever at the age of 6, and the cheap wigs she could afford left her open to mockery. She taught until she was about 50, when poor health forced her to retire. When I met her, she lived in a one-bedroom apartment, about 500 square feet, cluttered with ribbons and pictures and shop-worn memorabilia of a spinster teacher that everyone forgot about, because that was what happened. The children she cared for grew up. The principals retired. The tight-budgeted board members had long ago moved on into their own retirement that I have no doubt was more comfortable than hers. You see, they saw something long ago written on her, as big as a sandwich board. That something said, "I don't care about money. I only care about helping people." There are some who see that sign and say, "Hey, let me help you." And there are others who see that sign and say, "Hey, let me take advantage of you." I wish you were there with me in that cluttered room, to see the poverty, to smell the incontinence, to see the bewildered look on an old and enfeebled woman's face, who all she ever wanted to do her whole life was to help children. Because then you could understand how important it is to be wise about who you give your heart and passion to. Because, sadly, while you are doing this most important job of bending over to give your heart, there will be others only too happy to push you over while you are doing it. That's my story today. I do a lot of speeches on transitions, people transitioning into the workforce, transitioning into parenthood or marriage, or people transitioning into retirement. Look me up on my website, ilikethatstory.net. My name is Jeff Gould. God bless.